Hello everyone, you are welcome back to my channel Dada's Dialogue. In our today's video, we'll be talking about NHS and care home, as well as the difference between the two of them. This video, I think it will help you to make choice when it comes to choosing between NHS and care home. I believe that you might be having problem or difficulties when it comes to choosing between NHS and care home. Let me tell you one thing, both NHS and care home, they're a very good place to work, and the two are the leading hospitals here in the UK. So both NHS and care home, they're a very good place to work, and I can assure you that whichever one you choose among the two, you are not going to have any problem. Most especially if you do your work diligently and the way you are supposed to do it. You carry out your responsibility as expected. You are not going to have any problem working within the two. So when we talk about NHS as well as care home, as opposed to what people are saying, some people in most videos, they will tell you that if you want to work for money, you go to care home. If you want to work for passion, you want to develop your career, then NHS is your best place to go. But I'll tell you that at least this is not true to some certain extent. And the reason is that when it comes to money, both NHS and care home, they pay higher. The only thing is that, don't get me wrong, the only thing is that at care home, you earn more than working at NHS. And the truth is that, working at care home, they can pay you for as high as £20 per hour. Whereas working at NHS, I guess the maximum amount you can earn is £15 per hour, working under the same band 5 registered nurse. So the difference is clear, don't get me wrong, but you can still make a balance between your time, schedule a time, and believe me, you are going to make it. You are going to earn that money. How can you earn that money? Simply by joining the agency workers. If you join all this agency work, you are rest assured that you can earn even more than what people who are working at care home are earning. For instance, like I said earlier, people at care home can be earning up to £20, whereas let's say, okay, maybe you are earning 2,200 to 2,300, and after tax, maybe at the end of the day, you are left with 1,600 to 1,800. But believe me, if you know how to manage yourself well, you join all this agency can pay you up to £30 an hour. And you know what that means? It means that in a month, let's even say you are working one day in a week as agency worker, then that means in a month you make nothing less than £1,000 extra. So if you add this £1,000 to the 1,800 and 1,600 pounds that you are earning as NHS workers, you will realize that you are making more than £2,500 in a month. And believe me, those who are working at nursing home or the care home, majority of them don't make more than £2,500. And let me tell you the difference. One thing is that if you are working at NHS, you have high chances of working as agent. But if you are working at care home, your chances of working as an agent or working with agency is very, very minimal. The reason being that, all these care home, they even try for as much as possible to discourage agency work because they are always short of staff. They have enough work for you. Like I told you in my previous video, I let you guys know that we are fortunate to have 3 different offers. One has medical surgical in Belfast, the other one is fertility nursing in London, and here we have the care home in Scotland. So after taking into consideration which one best match our financial status, we think that the care home is the one that we have to choose. I know right now you are saying that we choose the care home because of money. That is completely wrong. In fact, when it comes to the money, the offer that my wife has, I think the one that pay most is the fertility nurse in London. They pay for as high as, I think, £25 per hour. whereas the one at Belfast as well as the one here in Scotland, the difference is just £1,000 per annum. But the truth is that both this fertility and the medical surgical in Belfast, the two of them says we should process the visa, process everything on our own with our money, but by the time my wife come, they will reimburse her back. And at that period, I don't have money again. We spend all we have on the processing. I've even sold my house back home in Nigeria, and I gave the money to my wife that not only that you need pocket money, but as soon as you come, if the place is a conducive area that we can all live as a family, then use the money to rent an apartment. I heard that before you can come with your family, you need to rent minimum of 2-bedroom apartment once you are having a kid. So because of that, I gave her money, that use this money to rent an apartment, so that at the end of the day, we'll be able to process for our home visa. And that was the reason why we have to choose the care home, not because of the money, not because anything special attached to it. And I cannot say that we regret the decision. So far, we are still enjoying it. We love the job. In fact, we are happy doing it. My wife is working there as a nurse, while I work there as a carer, and everything seems to be okay as of this video. So they are good people to work with, and we are enjoying their services. Although in the contract, my wife was limited to not being able to work as agent. So that means that she cannot work as agent or work with agency. So because of that, it make things a little bit difficult in terms of earning. So, and I'm not sure that there is any NHS that will tell you that you cannot work as agent or you cannot work with agency. I'm not sure of that. So that means that if you can work as agent or you can work with agency, it simply means that you can earn more money, even as compared with what those people who are living or who are working at care home are earning. You can earn at least equivalent to them. So I will never tell you that because of money, if you want to work because of money, go to care home. If you want to work because of knowledge or because of career, go to NHS. Truly, at care home, you are limited to career development, because working at care home as a nurse, you are the one to take decision. You are the one to take the lead. The whole hospital is on your head. So you are limited to your knowledge. But working at NHS, you can get so much knowledge. For instance, if you are working at NHS, they can transfer you from one department to the other, depending on where you might be needed for the month or for the week. So that will make it a very good option. That will make it more easier to learn. So compared to the care home, you might not be able to learn new things at care home. And the fact that you are meeting the same people almost every day, it will make things a little bit difficult in terms of learning, because no new challenge. You already know their medication, you are used to them, you are attached to them, and that is the little difference that I can say. NHS is far better than care home. But in terms of the money, it is almost the same thing. And apart from that, when it comes to the knowledge that you get, the knowledge at NHS, you cannot compare it with that one of care home. So you can easily develop your career working at NHS compared to care home. But if you are coming from a WHO green listed countries, then I think you are at advantage. You can make the choice, because what it means is that UK can actively recruit from your country. So you can make a choice that I want to work with NHS or I want to work at care home. But if you are coming from a WHO red listed country, then you are limited with option. You cannot work with NHS. At least the chances of you having someone or an agency that will help you process your application, the chances is very, very low when you are from a WHO red list country, because not only that they are trying to protect their career, they are also not actively recruiting from this country. So because of that, it makes it difficult to get job applying through agency But it will be a complete violation of human right to say you cannot apply for the work on your own. So you can go to track the jobs to look for the job on your own and apply for direct application. But it become difficult because nobody to guide you, nobody to even say your CV is not good in this aspect. Okay, these are the likely interview questions that you are to be expected. So nothing like that. And because of that, everything you are doing it alone, and it become a little bit difficult. So you are left with the option of working at care home, because believe me, some of the agency, they are still recruiting, even though they are not actively recruiting from the red list country, WHO red list country. They are still recruiting, at least in a little way. For instance, now both offers that my wife got was processed for her by an agent. So because of that, it make us believe that truly you can still get all this offer, or you can work with them through agents. So if you are to get an offer through agents, then you have to take any options that come to your way, either NHS or maybe care home. But the truth is that before you can get an agent that will help you process NHS job, it will be extremely difficult. So the only option is either care home or maybe at private hospital. So you can still get agency on this route, but it is not common. It is still even difficult for you to get if you are from WHO red list country. And as a result of that, it makes things a little bit difficult. So choosing between the two, I think you don't have choice. You just have to stick to one. And let me tell you, one thing that you need, be it from green list country or red list, WHO red list country, you just need a stepping stone. By the time you come to the UK, you can easily switch position. You can change from one employer to the other. For instance, people that my wife contacted, those agencies, when we are still looking for work back home in Nigeria, majority of them that were telling her that time that no, they cannot recruit her because she is from red list country, majority of them are now sending message to her now, knowing that she has been licensed, she has become registered nurse, and she is already here in the UK. Some of them are now contacting her that if she want to change her COS, they are ready to help her switch, that she should just mention anywhere in the UK that she really want to work, and they will help her process the job application. Now you can see, so they are contacting her now. These are the same people that are telling her before that they cannot recruit her because she is from WHO red list country. Now they are telling her to come. So I was even the one telling my wife that no, you just have to respect your contract terms and conditions. No matter what, the 3 years contract, you must finish it where you are working. You are not going to leave there, because that is how you can show them a kind of appreciation, that you really appreciate them taking you over to the UK. Don't say because of you have been licensed now, you can now switch. And most especially, since they are not treating you badly, you still have the right to be with them. But your case might be different. Maybe you come through them, and at the end of the day, the way they are treating you is not okay. It is up to you. You can choose to relocate, to live for another work. Yes, you can easily switch your certificate of sponsorship after you've arrived in the UK. And I think this is good for you to know. So I think this is logical, because at the end of the day, you have options. So now, like I said, in a nutshell, if it comes to money, both NHS as well as care home, they are paying well. The only thing is that if you are working at NHS, you are working for maybe 4 days, and the person at care home is working for the same 4 days. The truth is that those working at the care home will earn higher than those working at the NHS. But you can choose 3 days to work maybe at NHS, then use the remaining 1 day or even 2 days to work as agent. Between this time, you can make much more money than what those who are working at care home are earning. So it is left to you. If you can do it that way, believe me, you can earn something equivalent to what those people who are working at care home are earning. And not only that, the fact that they make it limited for you to work in their organization at care home, it make it more difficult to work at all these agencies. For instance, in my wife's contract, it was clearly stated there that she cannot work as agent. I don't really understand what this means at those periods. I don't really understand it. I was like, if they say you cannot work as agent, then that means they have enough work for you. That's not a problem. You work with them, pick extra shift with them. But it was when we are now in the system, I now realized that, oh, what people that are working as agent are earning is almost double of what you are earning as a registered nurse or as a contracted nurse. Believe me, I work with someone who is a carer, although she works as an agent carer. Believe me, this carer said she is earning as high as £16 an hour. This is almost what a registered nurse, a licensed nurse for that matter, this is almost what they are earning, and a carer are earning it. So imagine what a registered nurse will be earning, and that is where the difference comes. And because of the fact that my wife cannot work as an agent, then it make it a little bit difficult because we are limited to the salary coming from the care home. And if your care home can say, okay, you can work as an agent, then no doubt care home, you make more money working at care home compared to those who are working at NHS. But if it all depends on your contract. If your contract says you cannot work as agent or you cannot work with agency, then believe me, people who are working at NHS can make almost the same thing with what you are making. And I think that is logical. So that is how we come to the end of our today's video. I hope that one way or the other you really enjoyed this video. If so, please do subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. In fact, you just have to subscribe. Guess the time that I'm shooting this video. This is 1 o'clock in the midnight. And I just have to make this video just for you to be able to get some information. So if I'm making this sacrifice, then you too, the only thing you just have to do is to please subscribe to the channel, like it and share it for others to be able to see the same information, benefit the same way you are benefiting from it. So that is how we come to the end of this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If so, please once again share it, like it and subscribe. And until our next video when we'll be seeing again, I say one love.